Folks, thanks for coming on with us today. My name is John Dubas. I'm a Vice President for Agent Success with Premier Marketing. We'll be spending the next 45 minutes or so discussing some of the marketing support and opportunities you have with one of our partner carriers, Mutual of Omaha. Because, yes, as they purport in some of their communication coming to us via email, the main event is about to begin. It is showtime. So let's talk about some of the things that we're going to discuss today. We'll give you a brief overview of Premier Marketing. We'll speak to the opportunities we have with Mutual of Omaha's Medicare portfolio and their portfolio of products that give us an opportunity to cross-sell with ancillary products. And we'll speak to the marketing programs that they offer and our organization offers as well to help you successfully market through all of AEP and throughout the year. This is a unique year for Mutual of Omaha because they are entering into the Medicare Advantage and prescription drug market, a couple of areas where, while they have incredible experience in the Medicare space, is not a product that they had offered in the past. So something a bit different. A bit of housekeeping before we start. Today's presentation will be is being recorded, and it, along with additional follow-up, will be sent to you via email. We will make certain that you also receive follow-up from an agent success manager within our organization to answer any questions that you may have, and those will be addressed for all as a frequently asked question should that need apply. So as we speak of Premier Marketing, we are a national marketing organization founded in 1968. We're part of the Integrity Marketing platform with offices across the country. We're an insurance wholesaler who offers insurance services through independent insurance agents, and we offer contracts at the highest possible commission levels with recruiting contracts available when that circumstance applies. As I mentioned, we were founded in 1968, so this is our 50th anniversary. We're proud of that milestone, and it's a kind of a Horatio Alger, success story where a small town insurance agency can become one of the largest marketers of its type in the country, as we are the largest producing Medicare Advantage organization for United Healthcare, Anthem, and Meridian, and are also within the top 5 of both the vast majority of other Medicare Advantage carriers that are operating in that space. This gives you an idea of our our platform across the country with offices throughout the United States. And we do offer a full portfolio of insurance, including the gambit of Medicare programs, including Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, and prescription drug plans. And we also offer a full portfolio of life insurance and annuity, final expense products, including pre-need programs, long and short-term care programs, disability income, and those ancillary benefits that are in demand by folks of all ages, including dental, vision, and hearing programs, critical illness and cancer programs, and hospital indemnity plans that are a necessary component of any agent working the Medicare market. I mentioned we do have a full portfolio of Medicare Advantage programs, and that includes all the big boys in the Medicare space and a number of the very strong regional players that make a difference in markets across the country. Obviously, one of our new additions for this year is the Mutual of Omaha Medicare Advantage product, which is centered in basically the upper Midwest, Ohio, Kentucky, in that area, and in Bexar County in Texas, which is the home county of San Antonio. Our PDP program is also large and very all-inclusive. It does offer the new programs being offered by Mutual of Omaha in this space as well. Our Medicare Supplement portfolio is very broad, including a couple of programs we rolled out exclusive to our organization of Lumico and Union Security, but we do have that strong Mutual of Omaha presence that takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom type of program with the Medicare supplement programs that are offered with such a name value through such a pertinent carrier. When we look at the Medicare market, it is obviously a large and growing segment of our society, and is something that any marketing organization like ours and all of the carriers will speak to you if they're in the Medicare space of how great an opportunity it is. Over 10,000 people in the baby boomer generation aging into Medicare each and every day. If you take into account that the fact that there are about 1/6 of the Medicare beneficiaries that are under the age of 65, disabled, and so qualifying for Medicare coverage in those circumstances, it is a huge burgeoning market and one that we need to obviously take into account and deal with appropriately. You look at the different categories and selling opportunities that exist within the Medicare space itself, you've got a dichotomy of programs to address the needs of this population, with traditional Medicare programs that augment Parts A and B of Medicare coverage. Those include the modernized, standardized Medicare supplement programs and prescription drug plans. And then you have the alternative of assigning the benefits to a private insurance for their purview in Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans as well. There are key differences between the categories as to how we can approach marketing and our conduct in them. Different legislation will apply to different programs, and there are things that you can do in marketing traditional Medicare supplement programs that you can't do in Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans. There are also obviously the differences on how those products operate and the enrollment programs to which they are subject. That includes the fact that Medicare supplement programs can be sold year-round. They are not locked in. They are, in many circumstances, subject to medical underwriting, and that's something we need to take into account. Then, of course, the Medicare Advantage and prescription drug programs, well, we're about to go into the annual election period, the big AEP from October 15th through December 7th, which gives everyone on a Medicare program an option to change coverages. This is also a key program or key time in the programs offered by Medicare supplement programs, because it is viewed as an opportunity to look into your individual coverage as a beneficiary and see if changes need to be made. There are, of course, special election periods where a person with a Medicare Advantage or prescription drug plan can change their coverage throughout the year if they qualify for those special election periods. There are also differences in licensing and certification procedures in the fact that there's only one Medicare supplement program that requires certification per se. The rest of the Medicare supplements, it's a question of licensing and contracting and moving forward with that in hand. There are a number of options for a Medicare beneficiary to use or to examine to see what might cover their needs the best. And it's important to note that no one type of coverage is the best answer for everyone. When we look at the Medicare marketing place or the Medicare market itself, the Medicare Advantage programs now cover a little over 1/3 of that population, and the rest, the majority, falling under other means of traditional fee-for-service Medicare coverage. That might include group coverage. That might include folks that have the base coverage and self-insure for the differences, or folks who choose to utilize a Medicare supplement program. It gives us a tremendous opportunity to market year-round, and it is something that Mutual of Omaha is choosing to expand upon this year with offerings for this coming AEP. When we look at 2019, there are some legislative changes that will affect how we market in 2019, and that includes the elimination of the MADP period with a kind of a step back in time to the old Medicare Advantage switch period, now referred to as the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. It occurs through the first 3 months of the year, January, February, and March, and those folks that are in a Medicare Advantage plan at that time have a one-time opportunity to, one, switch to a different Medicare Advantage plan. If they don't have a Medicare Advantage plan, they can't pick one up. It's not a continuation of the annual election period. It does give that individual the opportunity to drop their Medicare Advantage plan and return to original Medicare Parts A and B. And in doing so, it gives them an opportunity, if they return to original Medicare, to enroll in a standalone Part D program at that time. It's important to note that if someone does drop an MADP program or MAPD program, Medicare Advantage Prescription Drug Plan, that if they drop that, they go back to traditional Medicare, they need to look at a prescription drug plan on a standalone basis, a PDP program, to give them those coverages. It does also give an individual an opportunity to drop their prescription drug plan through the first 3 months of the year, should they choose to do so. Generally not a good idea, but it's an option under this legislation. There are also different programs that are going away in the Medicare space, at least in a large portion of the area where they had previously been offered. And these are Medicare cost plans that have generally been offered in more rural areas, and is part of a legislation that if there are two competing Medicare Advantage plans available in a specific service area and they meet specific enrollment thresholds, that cost plan is going to go away. This is part of legislation that started clear back in 2016 and is now being implemented in 2019. A large number of those folks that are in a cost plan will be offered a Medicare Advantage alternative by their current coverage carrier, but they do have the opportunity to make additional choices. And it affects quite a few people in different states. Nearly 700,000 people across the country are cost plan enrollees, and of those, about 400,000 of them reside in Minnesota, with nearly 180,000 of them in the Twin Cities area. The vast majority of those folks in Minnesota will have to choose additional coverage or be ported into a plan by their current carrier. There are also a number of other states that are greatly affected by this change, including my home state of Texas now, where nearly 30,000 people are faced with that same challenge. So it gives us an opportunity as insurance agents to offer our services to folks that are in those areas, to make certain that if the new Medicare Advantage program offered by their Medicare cost plan is available to them, that it's the appropriate coverage for them, or in areas where that plan may be sunsetted and no Medicare Advantage offering is made by their current carrier. Our skills as an independent insurance agent is very strongly needed to make certain that we can help folks understand the options they do have going forward. There is also additional legislative influences in our industry that deal with Medicare Supplement Plans going into 2020, and this includes newly eligible beneficiaries not being able to obtain a Medicare Supplement Plan that covers the Part B deductible. So folks with the C and F plan, well, their coverage will still be there. It'll be curious to see what happens with some of their premiums moving forward, but those that are not newly eligible will be able to continue to buy those plans and continue with that coverage if that's what they feel is best for them. When we look at some of the different Medicare Supplement Plans, obviously they're standardized across the board. These give us different opportunities to look at offerings that may best suit our current prospect and book of business. And so knowing the differences between these plans are obviously very paramount in our skills of being able to translate that information to the beneficiaries. There are a number of programs that are more frequently offered. Up until the legislation that we saw, the macro legislation that's affecting the C and F plans, the F plan was the most frequently marketed program, the most popular program, because it covers all of the expenses that Medicare doesn't for their approved services, the G plan being just the same except for the Part B deductible of $183 coverage. Utilizing a quote engine like what we have offered to our contracted agents gives you an idea of what those premium differences are and how offering a C, an F, a high deductible F, a G, a Plan N, whatever, what the differences are for our prospect base does give us a opportunity to speak to premiums, different coverage types, and additional coverages that aren't part of the standardized benefit program that a person has with a Medigap program. Utilizing our quote engine, as I mentioned, this is a tool that's made available to our contracted agents, folks who have a contract that is pertinent to the plans that are being quoted within the quote engine. You have access to this tool on a complimentary basis. It covers different areas of coverage, including Medicare Supplement Plans, where you can compare those for your prospects and clients and offer a complimentary Medicare Supplement review. It also gives you an idea of what carriers are most competitive in your particular target market. It also gives you a means to examine Medicare Advantage plans in different areas and pinpointing a plan, accessing a service that we utilized or mentioned a bit earlier on a different presentation on how you can layer in ancillary benefits to make it work, is a great tool for you to use. It also gives you quoting capability for final expense, dental, and hospital indemnity programs. It's very simple to use. You plug in some base numbers, the zip code in which that person resides, what their age is, are they a tobacco user, their effective date, whether they're a boy or a girl, and if a household discount applies. You can sort them by different categories. Generally in the Medicare Supplement world, most folks will look at price as a initial factor. You can do the same thing for Medicare Advantage and PDP programs, hospital indemnity programs, dental programs, and final expense programs. It's a great way for you to be able to go back and forth and speak to different programs for different needs and bundle them should it be appropriate. You also have, with Mutual of Omaha, a very useful agent site provided by the carrier as well. This gives you an opportunity to go in and speak to and quote different programs that they offer, and do so on a very simple basis that will give you additional information to help you be successful selling their portfolio of products. It'll help you become familiar with and adept in offering different products that they have. It can give you some additional information about competitive situations and sales materials for Mutual of Omaha and their subsidiary companies. It also has a quote program that's available for you online and in a mobile application as well, available without cost. Additionally, it gives you an opportunity to enroll electronically. You can even quote two people at once in real time at the same time and give you an opportunity to practice. The sandbox actually allows you to go in and prep and prepare for the use of this particular tool. It also incorporates in the dental e-app, so you can add that coverage seamlessly in a singular process through the Medicare Supplement application. Different ways that you can do it, and it gives you an opportunity to utilize your own unique links to do things for your consumers on an online application to minimize your windshield time and give you an opportunity to best control your most precious resource, which is your time. The new benefits that are being offered by Mutual of Omaha, they have targeted specific areas, and that includes the San Antonio market. This gives you an overview of a zero premium plan in Bexar County with a number of ancillary benefits that is very, very competitive in the marketplace, with an opportunity to earn renewals on an ongoing basis at the maximum allowable rate by CMS. When you look at the Medicare supplement programs that are available, you also have a ton of technology that's available to you in order to be as effective as possible in the marketplace, and also to quote and enroll electronically. These are programs that are very recognizable by the general public. Mutual of Omaha is one of the top producing Medicare supplement programs in the country, and is a program that gives you a lot of flexibility in changing from plan to plan. One of the things that you'll see with Mutual of Omaha is that the 12% household discount, which is available in most states, makes the programs very, very cost effective and competitive, and they have very competitive rates for Plan G. When you look at the prescription drug programs that are available, these are available in every state except New York. So you have a PDP program that can be attached to the Medicare supplements that are very popular with Mutual of Omaha. They are very competitive in the benefits that they offer and are very price competitive as well. They do require an additional piece of contracting for the Medicare Advantage and PDP programs. So if you're already contracted with Mutual of Omaha for their med subs and ancillary products, this does require you to offer an additional piece of paperwork you have to go through in order to contract and be eligible to offer these programs. So it gives you a bit of an overview on the coverages for the drugs across the board. When you look at the ancillary programs that are part and parcel of the Mutual of Omaha portfolio, this is an optical test for you. No way you're going to be able to read it during a webinar, but as part of the presentation that we'll send as follow-up, it gives you an idea of what plan is available where by state. And that gives you then an idea as to what is pertinent for your particular target market. We do also offer the Legacy Safeguard program through our organization that is basically a pre-planning service that helps your prospect plan for the inevitable. And it is something that you can go through if you are speaking to a Medicare supplement program. Obviously, if you speak to a Medicare supplement program and prescription drugs with a Medicare Advantage alternative, that does require a scope of appointment completed prior to the presentation, and any discussion about final expense would have to be in a separate appointment after the 48-hour cooling off period as required by CMS. Some of the different marketing programs that are made available through Mutual of Omaha, they have a very unique MedSup marketing credits program that helps you with marketing dollars with a minimum of 5 issued apps in a month. It's a great way for you to garner additional marketing support with Mutual of Omaha by doing business with Mutual of Omaha. That allows you to accumulate credits and spend them appropriately as well. Obviously, as you can see on this particular column, they place great emphasis on electronic applications, and that is reflected in the marketing support that they supply through this program. You can actually uniquely redeem these credits for a lot of support outside of what we would normally think of with a number of carriers where, okay, it'll help me with direct mail. Yeah, it'll do that, but it'll also give you an opportunity to buy Med Supp leads from a different vendor. It'll allow you to do postage for Med Supp mailings, which is really important when we look at a postcard we're going to examine in just a moment. It helps you with radio, TV ad placement fees, office supplies, website development, a number of different expenses that you experience in working in the insurance arena and growing your agency. A great way for you to be flexible with the marketing support that's available to you. What we have here, and pardon me, I flipped past it. This is a postcard that's available to you on specific Medicare supplement rates based on the plan type that you use for a zip code in which you're mailing it. It's going to lay out the rate. People are going to shop off the postcard. Your contact information is on it. Mutual of Omaha actually supplies these pre-printed cards, easy for me to say, without cost to you, the card itself. It then allows you to use some of those marketing credits for the postage in order to mail them, and really becomes a cost-effective way of marketing Medicare supplement programs for Mutual of Omaha. You also have another postcard that's designed to emphasize the cost-effectiveness of a Plan G with that same sort of personal contact in that postcard for you. These are gorgeous, heavy stock, colored postcards that really stick out in a person's mailbox. You also have an opportunity to do the same thing for their dental programs. Dental is obviously a demand product, and it's a way to get your name out in a market that you have chosen to establish as your target area. You can do a rotation with different types of postcards in order to establish your identity in that area, and it's a great way for you to do cross-marketing with other marketing that you may be doing in your chosen target market. There are some additional things that we will do for you in addition to the coverages, or pardon me, the assistance that you get with Mutual of Omaha, and that includes the creation of a contact list custom ordered for you, different support and training for community-based marketing, including working with and through different retailers, faith-based organizations, through different providers that are part of the programs that you offer or affected by those programs. We spoke to some of the carrier-generated prospects that you can get through Mutual of Omaha, and one of the alternative ways of using your marketing credits through the purchase of internet leads, particularly for Med Supps. You got to be careful on the Medicare Advantage and prescription drug side because of compliance concerns, but it's there for you. And we do also help with the cost of direct mail. That contact list, well, that is something that you have control of the different factors that you're using to create that list. We can work off a certain income, a certain age range, obviously a particular target market. These names are scrubbed up against the do not call list. And since Medicare supplement plans can be marketed year round and are not affected by MIPA regulations when it comes to cold calling, you can do it. Keep in mind that this is just a list of names. It is not a respondents from an outbound marketing campaign. And there are certain campaigns that you can use a cold call list for and some you cannot. When you build this list, everyone speaks of the burgeoning number of folks that are turning 65, now over 10,000 a day. Keep in mind that it's a great market, but there's a lot of folks chasing it. When you look at the market as a whole, you have a number of prospects that may have been on a Medicare supplement plan for a couple of years now, experienced perhaps a price increase, aren't as heavily pursued by other folks in garnering their business, and these are folks that generally have have in their mind what their plans cover, so your plan explanation time is much more succinct as well. This gives you an opportunity to pursue those folks and access folks that don't have some of the same marketing pressures that you have in the turning 65 market. There's also the folks that are turning age 70, and we recommend this simply because many of the folks that are prime customers, prime prospects for Medicare Supplement policies tend to be higher income, and these may be folks that through their working career worked for an organization that offered a qualified retirement program, and these programs at the age of 70 and a half require a minimum distribution of the proceeds of that fund. President Trump did sign an executive order a month or so ago speaking about the timing of this. It may not continue to be 70 and a half moving forward in the future, but at present it is. This gives you a way of using a demand product to cover health coverages and access additional dollars for other coverages that individual may need. As I mentioned, we do help with direct mail support. We have 4 preferred vendors that as you do business with us, we help subsidize the cost of your mailings. And we do also offer a program to help put your social media marketing efforts on autopilot. For a small fee, this organization will actually create content for you and help you create an identity on the internet as well. One of the things that you have a prime opportunity to do is access your current book of business. Since they are your book of business, you can stay in contact with them and make certain that you can outreach to them even for Medicare Advantage programs if they are your book of business. And it gives you an opportunity to make certain that the program they're on remains most effective for them. So you're doing a review. It also gives you an opportunity to market additional programs to those folks, because keep in mind, we spoke of the opportunity of using a dental program or another ancillary benefit to reach out to folks in a demand circumstance. Other folks are doing it as well, other agents, and they may be reaching out to your clients. So you providing that service helps you drive high persistency rates and additional revenue for your insurance practice. That cross-selling opportunity helps drive persistency across the board. Studies have shown that more than one policy in a household helps drive up persistency of all of the policies, and it's an important consideration for you to use to also drive additional revenue to your agency. We do offer additional training programs that help with those community marketing initiatives. If you're working retail in a Walmart or a CVS or a Walgreens or whatever, we have programs that help you make that a more profitable initiative for you. We also give you hints and tips and programs on how to approach the faith-based community, providers of multiple different types of programs that are out there. And these are, as noted here, recorded, much as today's presentation is, where you can access that information 24/7, should you choose to do so. As you go through and you look at the different programs that are available for you, you may realize that, well, hey, I love Mutual of Omaha's dental program, but I'm looking for a program that may have coverage for major services first year. Creating a profile, Insurance Bay, allows you to pick and choose additional carriers, autofill that contract, do things electronically. And hey, much as why carriers want you to do your applications electronically, this helps in that circumstance as well, because it eliminates the translation of your handwriting from whatever language it may be into the language that is recognizable by the carriers. So it can really help you contract effectively and efficiently. We do offer discounted E&O to our agents, and this gives you an opportunity to have errors and omissions coverage for products regardless of whom you contract with to obtain those services. So it covers all products as opposed to certain blanket E&O programs that only cover you if you have a product with that particular upline. So it makes you a true independent agent with opportunities across the board. We also give you a means to keep your licenses current with continuing education bundles at a discounted rate. And it all factors into a decision as to will different programs be a crucial part of your overall marketing program this AEP and beyond. The opportunities that are offered to you through Mutual of Omaha give you a unique sort of circumstance for you to pursue business, since their Medicare Supplement Plans are varied and very competitive. New offerings with prescription drug programs across the country, save one state, and in certain markets, even a Medicare Advantage opportunity that you didn't have in the past. So one of the things we have to really consider is, how can we take this information, put it in part of our overall personal marketing plan, and act on it? Because there's that old expression of, when all is said and done, more is said than done. Well, that round to it, got to come out of your pocket, contract, certify, be able to market efficiently, and utilize the tools that our organization and a fine partner carrier like Mutual of Omaha offers to you, so you can be effective in handling your prospects and clients moving forward. We want to earn your business, and we'd like to speak to you about that opportunity. This is the contact information for our folks here in the Dallas office, myself and Justine and Carrie. Dialing 1-800-365-8208 and asking for one of us will get you transferred right on over to us. Our extensions are listed there as well, if you're one of those folks that like to let your fingers do the walking. You do also have contact with marketers throughout Premier, and if you have a relationship with a marketer, we ask that you honor that. Dialing the 1-800 number and asking for your particular marketer will get you in touch with them right away, and we'll be happy to address whatever need you may have in the portfolios that we offer and the support programs that are there for you to make you a success. I want to thank you for coming on the line and spending time with us here today. It's an investment of your most valuable resource. We understand and appreciate that. We thank you for that investment. We look forward to speaking with you very soon. And in the meantime, we wish you happy selling. Thanks so much, and we'll talk with you soon.